President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. says the country's current inflation is at a reasonable level compared to the previous years. During the Vin d'Honneur or Wine of Honor at Malacanang on Wednesday, the president says the country has managed to curb inflation to a reasonable level.
Despite the woes brought about by global inflation, our country has still managed to curb inflation to a reasonable, almost manageable level.
Marcos adds that the inflation is brought about by forces that cannot be controlled.
This is inflation that is brought about by forces that we cannot control. But nonetheless, I think that we have done a good job. And with this, it is a very large improvement from what we were under, with the situation that we were under maybe a year ago.
According to Marcos, the current inflation at 3.9% as of May is still within the government's target of 2 to 4%. The May inflation is significantly lower than the 6.1% recorded in May 2023. Marcos stresses that the Philippines continues to enjoy a gold rating as an investment destination.
We are credited with a stable outlook, which signals growth in the momentum in the medium term. It translates to more accessible financing for our government and for our programs. So we will maintain that status, and we will try to improve that, and across all major regional and international agencies.
Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro Jr. says the operations of the Philippine offshore gaming operator sites near military bases should be stopped. In a statement, Teodoro says the government should stop the syndicated criminal activities operating near military bases, which weaken the country's financial standing and ratings. The defense chief notes that the Pogo sites run by China should not be classified as traditional Pogos, which is more similar to business processing outsourcing or BPO industries. According to Teodoro, the Pogos we know in the country are operated to evade the ban in China, adding that the bets done in Pogos originate in the country. In 2019, former Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana expressed alarm about the location of casino and Pogo sites near vital military installations. Lorenzana even noted that the Chinese workers in Pogo facilities can shift their operations to spying. The former defense chief also said the government should designate a Pogo camp far from military camps to mitigate such risks. Recently, there is a lingering suspicion about the location of Pogo sites near Armed Forces of the Philippines sites, with security expert Chester Cabalza even calling it a Trojan horse that could be used by China to stage a surprise attack against vital military installations. Senator Alan Peter Cayetano says the move to halt the construction of the new Senate building in Taguig pending a review of skyrocketing costs is backed by official reports and documents, not mere speculations. In a Facebook Live on Wednesday, Cayetano addresses concerns about the new Senate building.
So hindi po to bulong-bulong or haka-haka, lahat po to ay official, mga reports, mga documents, no? But voluminous po, napakarami, kaya we're getting through. We're sorting through it.
Cayetano presently leads the Senate Committee on Accounts, which oversees the Senate's budget, expenses, audit, and other fiscal activities. Cayetano was also the one who informed newly instated Senate President Cheese Escudero about an apparent dramatic increase of the construction cost for the new Senate building from an initial budget of 8 billion pesos to a projected 23.3 billion pesos.
Ang nag-review po nito, for your information po, ay nasa Secretariat ng Senate, nasa staff ko, nasa staff ng Committee on Accounts, at sila po namamahal. Yung iba po sa kanila, very, very capable po.
Before Cayetano's clarification, Senator Nancy Binay, Cayetano's predecessor in the Senate committee, expressed her dismay over Escudero's decision to halt the new Senate building's construction. Binay said the Senate chief could have reached out and talked to her instead of relying on gossip mongers. Cayetano also addressed fears that Escudero's halt order and his panel's decision to review the new Senate building would cause a delay to the completion of the Senate's new home.
So let me clarify ulit yan ha, yung sinasabi sa news na Phase 1 and Phase 2, hindi magkakos ng delays yan kasi tuloy-tuloy sila. In fact, may delay na yan. At in fact, sila na nga nagsabi kung kailan earliest na matatapos. And sa report mismo, yung slowdown na inutos ng DPWH, nandyan po yan sa report.
The construction of the new Senate building began in 2019 under then Senate President Vicente Soto III. The Absolute Divorce Bill, which the House of Representatives passed on the third and final reading last May 22, has been transmitted to the Senate, according to Albay 1st District Representative Lagman. In a statement, Lagman says House Bill No. 9349 or the Act reinstituting absolute divorce as an alternative mode for the dissolution of marriage was finally transmitted to the Senate as contained in a letter dated June 10, 2024 from House Secretary General Reginald S. Velasco to Senate President Francis Escudero. According to Lagman, who is the principal author of the divorce bill, the transmittal was in compliance with his request. Earlier, Lagman revealed that the Office of the Secretary General deferred the measure's transmittal to the upper chamber. In a letter released to the media on May 29, Lagman said the reason for the delay is that there is a need to report the plenary's action regarding the corrected affirmative votes from 126 to 131. However, Lagman pointed out that despite the adjustments in affirmative votes, it is an irreversible fact that the affirmative votes got majority of those who voted with the presence of a quorum and without the abstentions being counted.